Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, I'm going to show you how to save your car's battery. Stay tuned. Everyone, I'm Steve and you're watching F33. Now if you find this video helpful, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Now with everything going on today, I found I'm not driving anywhere near as much as I used to. I'm working from home, which means I'm not going into work, and then therefore I'm not driving the half an hour there and back. I'm not going to the store as much, and so my car is sitting. When I did go and eventually drive, I found that my car took a little bit longer to start. And what was going on is the battery was being drained by supplementary systems in the car. And without me driving, it's not getting charged up. And so I did a little bit of research and I found this. This is the NOCO Genius maintenance battery charger. And what's cool about this is it not only charges your battery, but it also performs maintenance on it. It can actually repair and renew older batteries. It also works with regular run-of-the-mill car batteries. It works with AGM, which is what you're going to find in some of your higher performing cars like BMW, Mercedes, Jaguar, Aston Martin, and so on, where the batteries are actually in the trunk of the car. And the reason they use AGM instead of a regular battery is when a regular battery is being charged, it actually releases a toxic gas. And so with it being in the trunk of the car, you don't want that toxic gas going into the cabin of the car. So they use AGM or lithium batteries, which this will actually work with both. It'll work with all three, regular, AGM, and lithium. It'll also charge 6-volt batteries. You have to go into a special maintenance, special mode in it, but you can charge those regular 6-volt batteries too. So like I said, besides charging your battery and keeping it charged, it'll actually perform maintenance. So if your battery is not performing in tip-top shape, not holding a charge, you can actually go into this maintenance mode and it will try to repair your battery for you. Something else cool about this product is you plug it in the wall, you can mount it on the wall. It's got a mounting bracket for it. And then it has, it's called an X Connect, and it's their type of connector. Basically, you have a piece on your car that is attached to the positive and negative terminals, and then you have the piece coming off of the charger, and you simply plug it in, and it automatically starts charging your car. You don't need to turn it on, you don't need to do anything. Just plug it in. It starts up, it remembers your settings, so if you have an AGM or lithium battery, it remembers what you have. And just starts up. It's pretty simple. You don't really need to think about it. Now, this goes for about 60 bucks, and I'm gonna put a link in the description, just as I always do, to all the products used in this video. And then not only did I buy the charger, but I also went ahead and bought one of these. Now what this is this is a different set of eyelets to use to connect to the positive and negative terminals in the engine bay of the car. And the reason I got this is the ones that come with the charger, they were perfectly fine. It's got, as I do the unboxing, I'll show you, it's got alligator clips, and then when you remove the alligator clips, you'll actually have a set of eyelets in there. But what's cool about this is if you see in the picture, it actually will show you the level of the charge in your battery, which is really cool. So if you're out and about, you can actually check the level of your battery. And I just thought that was really cool. This is 8 bucks, so it wasn't too expensive at all. And like I said, the charger itself is about 60. So really inexpensive setup when you're talking about a $150 battery, plus you need to get it coded into your car. It's a great way to just save time and effort. All right, so let's get to the unboxing. I can show you what's in there, and then we're going to go out to the garage and I'll show you how I have it wired in the car. And I'll also show you where the battery is in an F33. It's in the same spot as an F32 and the F30s, except in the F33, it's much harder to get to. So I'll make sure to show you that, but let's get to the unboxing. All right, so I want to start out by saying I have always loved NOCO products. I think that they're very well packaged. I think that they're very feature rich. And I think that the build quality has always been superb. So as we open up this box, you'll see, I mean, it is very well packaged. And the unit is a really, really good size. So you'll see so the unit comes with the X connector. Okay, and this is what we're going to use to plug in our clips. The other end plugs in the wall. Pretty simple. And then it comes with a set of alligator clips with that same X connector. And like I said, with these clips, you can use these straight on the terminals. So if you want to do that and you don't want to actually permanently mount these, that's fine. Otherwise, underneath, they have a screw here which can release the eyelet from it. So you can use these eyelets and hook them onto your terminals. I'm not sure if these are actually big enough to hook onto the BMW terminals. Like I said, I had purchased the other ones and they are a little bit bigger of eyelets. So that's something that you'll want to check out. But in general, I mean, you could use the alligator clips and it would work just fine. It also comes with the mounting bracket to hook up to the wall. These are just some screws, really short screws. And the way this mounting bracket works, hook the screws in there. This hooks onto the sides and then Velcros right around. Okay. Now, here's your mode selector. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna let you select between regular 12 volt, AGM, lithium, and 6 volt. And if you hold it, it'll actually go into the repair mode that I talked about. So if your battery is not performing in tip-top shape, you can go into that repair mode and it will try to repair the battery. Also, if your battery is too far gone, it's too far drained, it's completely dead, a lot of chargers, including this one, may not pick it up. They may not think anything's there, and so it's not gonna throw juice to it. So if you hold the mode button down, it will do kind of a force charge where it'll send voltage even though it doesn't see the battery. And you'll have some of these indicators too, and I'll show you them when we go out to the garage. But you have your power indicator, you have your maintenance refresh indicator, and then a few others. And then here is your charge level that it senses from the battery. Now, if we open up the other package, this is about 2 feet in length. Okay, you have your X connector here, and here are your charge levels. And so these are gonna light up depending. You can see it's got markings here for different percentages, and it'll tell you how charged up your batteries. And you can see these eyelets are much, much bigger than what comes on the alligator clips. So you may or may not, depending on what size your posts are, need this extension anyway. And they do have one that's just a regular XL size eyelets without this, that's a little bit cheaper, but it's $8, so why not, right? So there's also a fuse in here, so if for whatever reason the fuse blows, you can change that. Like I said, in the engine bay, we just connect the positive and negative terminals. And then this just sits in the car. And when we need to charge it, we pop this off and we plug in the charger and it will automatically start charging. So with that, why don't we head out to the garage and I can show you how it's wired in the F33 and how simple it is to use. All right, so now that we're out here in the garage, you can see the unit's plugged in, and I'll show you here in a second. It's plugged into the car. The wire actually fits perfect in between the light and the hood, so you don't need to leave your hood open. You can see that the light is green, which means that the battery is fully charged. If it was in its charging cycle, you would actually see blinking lights on the other 3 indicators, letting you know the charge status. Now the white light means that it's an AGM. To the left of that is the 12 volt, then you have your AGM, then you have your lithium, and then you have your 6 volt. So right now, since the battery's fully charged, it's in just kind of a maintenance mode. So let's hop under the hood. I can show you how I connected it and ran all the cables under the hood, and then we'll go to the back of the car and I can show you where the battery is located and how to get to it. All right, so now that we have the hood open, I want to stress that you want to charge this from the post in the engine bay. Do not charge this using the battery terminals directly in the trunk connected to the battery. These are smart batteries, they have circuitry, and they need to charge a certain way. And so whenever you're jumping a BMW, whenever you're charging BMW, make sure that you use the ones that are in the engine bay, okay? So right here you have the negative terminal, and over here underneath this door, you have the positive terminal. And here you can see this is where our connection is for the charger. And as you can see, it is flashing 100%, and that's because it's been on the charger, so the battery's charged. All we need to do is disconnect if we're gonna go drive, and we put the rubber cap on, tuck it under here. Can't even see that it's there, right? And then when we pull in the garage and we want to charge it, we just take it out, take the cap off, plug it back in. Charger starts up automatically, and we can tuck it right back down here. Make sure that this cable is on the rubber, and you can close the hood. Now I'm gonna make sure that I list the hex sizes to get these post heads off, but you know, like I said, I ran the negative right under here, connected it to the negative post, and then the positive I ran right underneath this kind of rubber seal here, underneath the washer fluid line, and then I removed this whole piece of trim so that I could run the positive under the positive terminal. Also, make sure that before you do any of this work, that you disconnect the battery in the trunk. You do not want to start messing with these posts with them being live. So we're going to go in the back of the car. If you've got an F32 or an F30 or something like that, something that's not a convertible, the battery is going to be a piece of cake. It's just a door flips open, there you go. But if you've got an F33, they didn't make it so easy. So I'm going to show you in the trunk kind of how you get to it and what you need to do. All right, so this is going to be kind of difficult to show. Now, as I mentioned before, an F30, basically a non-convertible, is going to have like a door that on the right, the rear right side, you're just going to pop the door off, batteries underneath, good to go. In the convertible, it's not so easy. This whole panel here is all kind of attached together, and it doesn't really come out too easily. So I imagine replacing the battery is going to be even more difficult, because I just left this in because it was such a pain. Now it's held in by 10 of these push fasteners, and you're also going to need to take off one of the panels over here. And again, that's held in with the same push fasteners. So you take off the panel here in the front, then all the fasteners that hold this in, and then you have the negative terminal that you're going to want to disconnect, and I believe it's an 8mm that's going to disconnect the negative terminal. And then at that point, you can go ahead and run the lines to the posts under the engine bay. But again, you know, this is a pain in the butt to get for the F33 to get in there. So I really don't want to even think about replacing the battery, because I definitely will have to remove this. And then even still, it is tight quarters in here because of this bar that, you know, is part of the frame that lifts, you know, raises and lowers for the entire trunk. So again, super pain to get in. Now this is a really easy maintenance test that you can do so that you don't have to spend money buying a new battery and time getting it coated. You can spend that money adding horsepower and more carbon fiber, stuff that actually makes it more enjoyable to drive your car. Now, as usual, I'm gonna put links in the description below to all the products used today. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Now again, my name is Steve, and I wanna thank you for watching F33. Thanks, God bless.